Okay, so now that we're done reading chapter 7, let's recall some of the things that may have happened in chapter 7. Do you remember, like, what happened in the beginning of the class? Like, when Greg marched into the class?
He was tearing apart the comic book?
Yeah, he was tearing apart the comic book. Well, why was he tearing apart the comic book?
Well, he was mad because he thought she was copying, Mara was copying what he was doing.
Yes. How do you think Mara was feeling about it?
She was probably mad.
Angry.
Yeah.
Angry, very angry.
Yeah, she was mad. How do you think Mr. Z was feeling about it?
I think he wanted them to problem solve and try to work it out, but they weren't willing to do that. So, yeah, problem solve.
And maybe he wanted them to get back on the subject.
Yeah. Do you think because of Mr. Z's personality, it probably made him uncomfortable to have him yelling in this
Yeah,
classroom?
it seemed like he likes lots of order in this classroom.
Yeah.
Probably caught him off guard.
Yeah. I bet. Okay, so if you were Mr. Z, what would you do after this happened? What do you think you would do, or how do you think you would react? Or I guess what kind of plan would you carry out as a teacher if you were Mr. Z after that happened?
I probably need to get the whole story of what happened to figure out how to solve the problem, who was all involved.
Maybe take him out in the hall and talk.
Yeah.
So it's not in front of the whole class.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's something that the teacher can handle, if it's something that Mr. Z can handle in his own classroom, then I think he needs to handle it. If not, if it needs to go higher up, then get the principal involved.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to show you something. Like, we have those three. Do you guys remember the three characters in the story? Who were the three main characters in chapter 7, do you think?
Mr. Z was one.
Yeah.
Mara. Greg. Greg, Mara, and Mr. Z.
Okay, so what do you think Greg was thinking during all this?
I think he was just mad because he thought she was gonna, because wasn't it she was gonna steal his idea?
Yeah.
And so I think he was just mad because he wanted to make all the money.
Right.
And yet he thought she was copying him, and so I think he thought, okay, she's gonna start making all the money, and so I think he was just mad.
All the money.
Yeah, he's money hungry.
Yeah, he was money hungry. What do you think Mara was thinking when he came marching in and yelling at her? Just
A bully. maybe she thought,
That's
okay,
true.
he's a
Made her
bully, and
upset.
yeah. Because you guys have to, sometimes you worry about bullying at school. That would be something.
and the thing is, she wasn't really taking his idea like he thought she was, because she was creating. I think she was going to create her own thing, and not exactly what he was going to do.
Yeah. So she probably thought that way, like,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, and then what do you think? I guess we kind of discussed what Mr. Z was thinking. Or do you think he maybe felt panicked at first when they came in yelling?
Yeah. Confused.
Because like Chandra said, maybe he didn't know the whole story, and he walks into this, with him angry, and so I think he just felt like he probably needed to get the whole story from both of them.
Yeah.
To work it out. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to show you guys something we can do to remember, kind of keep it, make sense of their thoughts or what maybe the characters are thinking, because that helps us understand and remember the story some more. Okay, I'm going to just draw. It's called an open mind portrait. I'm going to choose Mara. Okay, I'm just going to draw a quick picture. She has her eyes, her nose, and her mouth. Okay, well, maybe she's not smiling in this picture because she's mad at Greg, so maybe I'll make a kind of a straight face like she's confused or mad. And then her hair, she has long hair. This is really messy. Okay, right. And then on the back, I'm going to think about what was she thinking? What were some things that maybe she was thinking? She was mad? Or maybe
I think
she's
maybe
thinking
kind of
to herself.
surprised too.
Yeah,
Like,
surprised.
why is he acting like this
Okay,
towards me? What
yeah.
did I do to deserve this? Maybe kind of surprised or shocked or.
And maybe she thought that he didn't understand
Okay.
what she was, like she was misunderstood.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So why is he acting this way? He doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe like before she even knows anything with the comic book, I'm gonna put what is wrong with this? What is wrong with him?
Mhm.
Okay.
Or what is yeah.
Well, I think you have two totally different characters. I think you have one that reacts off of emotion, and gets quick, mad real quick, and then you have Mara that kind of thinks about things, and maybe, I think they're just two totally different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And so, I expect your students to do a little bit better than me because I'm going to give you a little bit more time. But if you maybe if you could make his face bigger or her head bigger, whoever you choose, it could be Mr. Z or Mara or Greg, either one. And then on the back, and you can color it. She has blonde hair and he has brown hair. If you guys remember. Do you guys remember what color Mr. Z's hair was?
I think kind of white and wild,
Maybe,
curly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of fits a math teacher
Yeah.
sometimes. Or I guess our idea of what we think a math teacher would look like. And then on the back, I want you to write maybe what they're thinking in their mind in this chapter. Okay, and I'll pass those papers out. Oh, there's your paper right there. There you go. I'll give you guys like 6 minutes to work on that. That's okay. No, it's not much time, but it just gives us an idea.
Basically what we're writing is how they're feeling.
Yeah, or what they're thinking in their head, maybe if they were like,
Okay.
yeah. You can use crayons or you can use markers if you like.
What?
You can use crayons or markers if you like. Either one, that's fine.
Oh, I thought that was black. It's one blue.
Okay, you have about 2 more minutes.
I don't think I should have shown my head. See, now I would be one probably getting on to my student. Oh, got a picture of that.
Those look like you have some good, it looks like you guys have some good pictures so far.
Thank you. You can tell mine's a little frazzled.
That's good. If it's Mr. Z, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you have about a minute left, so.
Mine is just a
No touch.
floating head. Hers looks nice.
And remember, if you're finished, maybe check to make sure you have everything that you need to, like their thoughts on the back and their picture.
I'm done.
All right, well, perfect, time's up, so that worked out. 1 second here. Right. Okay, I can have each one of you maybe hold yours out, say who it is, and then pick one of the thoughts that they said. Would you like to go first?
Sure. I chose Mr. Z, and he is caught off guard.
Okay, that's great. That looks like a good Mr. Z with the curly hair and the
Thank you.
angry eyebrows. I like that.
Yeah. I chose Mr. Z, and what he's thinking is things are out of control.
That's
Yeah,
a
so he's
good
frazzled.
description.
Yes.
I chose Greg, and he has his mouth open because he's yelling. And he is saying that he wants all the money to himself.
That's great. All right, great. So you guys were able to create your own open mind portrait of the person, what they look like and what their thoughts were. Now I'm going to go ahead and pass these crossword puzzles out, and I want you to use your vocabulary that you looked up earlier and work on them, and you guys can work on that for the rest of class. Thank you.